Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the similarities between making risotto and investing in precious metals. As always, none of this is financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. I am just a voice on YouTube sharing my approach to holding precious metals like gold and silver as savings in a well-diversified portfolio. Lastly, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Now let's get cooking. Years ago, I was taking a cooking class. I've forgotten almost everything about that class except for one thing. And it has been one of the most important lessons of my investing life. You wait for the risotto. The risotto doesn't wait for you. Each time I turn dollars into an asset, I remind myself, you wait for the risotto. The risotto doesn't wait for you. You wait for gold. The gold doesn't wait for you. You wait for silver. The silver doesn't wait for you. Benjamin Graham once said, "The investor's chief problem, and even his worst enemy, is likely to be himself. In the end, how your investments behave is much less important than how you behave." Or maybe more simply, sometimes when investing, nothing is within your control except your behavior. I was consistently reminding myself of this as I watched both silver and gold continue their breakouts to the upside this past week. Kicking off the week, gold opened at $2,341 and surged to a record high for its seventh straight session on Monday, closing at $2,347. As tensions between Israel and Iran heightened, investors flocked to gold for its safe haven appeal. Meanwhile, silver maintained a steady position, hovering around $28.80 throughout most of the week until Thursday. I had made my regular monthly gold and silver buys at the start of April. I must have filled my shopping cart with gold a dozen times this week, especially early on Friday morning, when spot gold spiked in overnight trading. Gold continued its march forward into price discovery and reached an unprecedented high on Friday, soaring past $2,400. Meanwhile, silver hit a milestone not seen in over 2 years, reaching $29.70. Although both metals pulled back aggressively from these peaks later in the day, they still ended the week on a high note. Gold closed at $2,344. Marking its fourth consecutive weekly increase, while silver also wrapped up the week positively, up to $27.93. Now back to the risotto. Personally, I've been waiting for gold's recent move for some time. While I've been dollar cost averaging and occasionally adding additional gold buys when I could afford it, I still felt like I was missing out at getting lower prices on my favorite shiny rock for the last time all week long. The reality is, I've been stocking away gold and silver for a long time. My bags are full at much lower prices. I've long since recouped the premiums I paid along the way. I patiently waited for gold and silver, sticking to my long-term plan and resolving to be content that should gold and silver take off and not wait for me, well, I had saved what I could before the move. I've waited for silver and gold. Silver and gold didn't wait for me, and that would be perfectly okay. The only way my behavior would have not been okay would be if I let emotion get the better of me, and I smashed that buy button on gold and silver on Friday morning. I would have had no idea about the reversal that would hit the market later in the afternoon. I would venture to guess that in the near term, folks who bought on Friday might be underwater for a while, especially if buying fractional bullion and paying higher premiums. It would potentially be even worse if I was a new investor making my first buys on Friday morning. Few things in precious metals investing are worse than chasing volatility in the moment. The times like that, the best time to have bought was yesterday. There is always another pitch to swing at. Don't let anyone tell you that there will never be one. Being able to not chase is a skill learned only through chasing and blowing yourself up. Trust me. I know.